Hey guys, welcome to the Vault. We're back with some more exclusive content. Kyle, Jason, Leon, and Pierre. We're here to do a finale of our Views Genuine Draft with a twist. Hope you guys enjoy. Pierre, take it away.
Listen, this is the last episode. Well, we'll unveil our lineups, right? Our starting lineups and maybe our dream starter and closer. And Leon, you're going to look to see if potentially you could create some sort of what do you call it? Like
simulation game.
Simulation game, right? To see who would win. We'll see what we can do to figure that out. But in the meantime, we have to pick 3 relief pitchers and 2 DHs. So that rounds out our lineups, right? So what we got here is for today's draft. You can pick anything within those 2 categories wherever you want. So there's a little bit of strategy there. You know, if you want to pick a relief pitcher first, you can. If you want to pick a DH first, you can. Whatever you think is going to be more at a premium, I would say. But the draft order tonight will be Leon drafting first. I'm second, Jason third, and Kyle, you'll be rounding out the draft as the caboose. So,
yes, sir.
You guys ready to get started here?
Nobody makes a better caboose than Kyle.
Than Kyle.
Yeah. Kyle, Jason told me before we got on the air here that you have a nice caboose. So I think we could. I
mean, that's just common knowledge.
And that's how it worked out. Imagine if I put some. If I worked out a little bit.
Yeah. All right, you guys ready to get started here?
Yep.
All right, let's go.
I'm ready to finish this baseball draft, that's for sure. So let's get through this.
I actually enjoyed the baseball.
You know, I like baseball. I'm just not into the history of baseball like you guys are. So I like watching it.
Those Braves are doing good. They starting out good.
I don't watch until after the All-Star break.
Oh man, I'm locked in.
We got ourselves a real baseball fan here in Jason Mead. All right, so Leon, you're on the clock, buddy. Where are you going with your number 1 pick?
I went back and forth in my head. Do I take a pitcher? Do I take a hitter? Pitcher, hitter. I'm gonna land on the hitter. I'm gonna steal Pierre's pick, and I'm gonna say David Ortiz as my DH. The DH of all DHs.
The DH.
I think you made a mistake.
Poppy.
I'm going to be clear with you. I think you made a grave error here.
All right.
If I had the number 1 pick,
I love the fact that you're stealing a pick from Pierre. But yeah, I don't think you made the right pick. But I love the fact that you picked a player or stole a player.
But Jason, to be clear, that wasn't the route I would take with the number 1 pick.
No, not with the number 1.
So,
no. Just
for
the fact
this, I want it.
Yeah.
My logic is
why.
Okay, go ahead. Tell me why I'm wrong.
I'm going to tell you why. Because the disparity between David Ortiz versus you could take anybody else, right? You could take a DH or you could take like maybe an unclaimed player or whatever, right? An unclaimed offensive player, right?
Mm-hmm.
There is a much larger gap between the number 1 closer and the next. Yeah. So I'm going Mariano Rivera.
That's fair. My logic is the DH will hit no matter what. The closer you may not need. So that's my logic.
You know what's interesting about this draft is both of these roles are fairly new in the era of Major League Baseball, right?
100%. This is a much thinner pool. If you're going strictly closer and DH, this is a much thinner
the
pool
DH
to kind of go after.
In the 70s.
74. And closers really didn't come into play until the 60s. So
all right.
But
so where are we going next, fellas?
Yeah.
Jason, where are you going?
Oh, I get a pick? Okay, let's see. What are we doing? DH, I don't even agree with that. So I'm going to go with Trevor Hoffman.
Trevor Hoff.
He is the second best closer in the history of baseball.
Yes, he is. Trevor Hoffman. So since the 2 are off the board, that were obviously 1 and 2, they should have gone 1 and 2. I'm gonna stick with Andra and go with DH. And it was a guy that wasn't picked. I'm not taking my Puerto Rican brother Edgar Martinez. I'm taking Tome.
Holy shit! You're not taking Edgar Martinez?
No.
Wow.
Oh, that's a stupid pick. Good thing you get a pick again because you get to redo that one.
Yeah, no, I read for sure, and I'm still not gonna take him. I'm gonna go with a relief pitcher in this one, and I am gonna take. God, there's such a disparity between 1, 2, and then from 2 to 3. But I'm gonna take. Oh God! Give me Dennis Eckersley.
Smart pick.
Is way
Dennis
smarter than your
Eckersley
first
is one of is. Dennis Eckersley is also very versatile because he's also a starter for half of his career.
Starter. Yep.
And then he ended up becoming a dominant closer for the Oakland A's during their run of excellence in the 80s. He was a winner.
Yep.
And I don't know if you guys remember Dave Stewart. Dave Stewart being the premier starter on that team.
All I remember from him is that baseball card where he's showing his split finger.
The splitter, right? Yep.
Yeah. He was also a mean son of a bitch, Jason.
Yeah.
I never met
but on
the
the
guy,
mound.
so
I'm not saying
I
a mean person.
Yeah.
Like he was just mean on the mound, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I never faced him.
Intimidating.
So.
Yeah. All right, who's up next?
Leon, I believe.
All right. I'm gonna go with
right?
I believe is the best lefty out the pen. I'm gonna go with Billy Wagner.
5'6", threw 102 miles per hour.
Right.
He was, man. He was a little machine. That guy was.
Yeah, he was. he was pumping out the fastballs.
He was a unit at 5'6".
Yeah.
All right. Unit. Is it my turn or whose turn is it?
It is.
All right, so I'm going to go DH and I'm going Edgar Martinez.
How did he get to the second pick or third pick of the second round?
I think David Ortiz is the best DH in the history in the short history of DH, but the best DH in history. But it's argued there are people that will argue Edgar Martinez was better.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so now I get two, huh? We're picking three closers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, three, yeah.
All right. I'm making my next two picks based purely off of names. First up, I'm going to pick another reliever and Goose Gossage.
Goose.
Great name.
Yep, it's a great name. I don't even know what his stats were. I just know it was a reliever with a great name. And then the next one I'm going to pick, career DH, Chili Davis.
Ooh.
The switch
not
hitter.
career, not career, but he had a better part of his career.
Yeah.
Plus a great name in Chili.
Chili. Angels legend.
Chili Davis hit a home run off Pedro Martinez on September 10th, 1999, in one of the best pitched baseball games I've ever seen in my life. Pedro Martinez had a complete game, one hitter, and the only hit was a home run by Chili Davis on September 10th, 1999.
And it never seemed to fail. Every time I'd open a pack of baseball cards, there'd be a Chili Davis in there.
Yeah.
And that's not a good thing.
No. Especially at the end of his 20-year career. Yeah. Kyle, second pick of the third round.
Second pick of the third. So I'm going to go with another reliever, and I'm going to go with Raleigh Fingers.
That's another great name too. Damn it!
Best mustache in the history of the game.
Mustache ever.
All right. Whose turn is it? Mine?
Nope. That would be Leon.
Oh, Leon. Sorry.
All right. Okay. All right. So I took one fireballing lefty, and I may as well take the other one. I might regret this, but I'm going Mr. Chapman as my other closer.
The wife beater?
The Cuban Missile.
Who?
Aroldis Chapman.
Oh.
I saw Rafael Devers hit 103-mile-an-hour fastball off of in 2018 off that guy that I've never seen hit harder.
I also
but
can't.
No, you didn't even mention that it was an opposite field home run too.
It was crazy. Devers, man, got around on that pitch too, man.
I can't unsee him smiling after Altuve cranked one off of him. But nonetheless, great statistically, like a 40% strikeout percentage. I'm just hoping he plays a good game for me.
All right, so where I'm going next, go ahead. Sorry, Jason, go ahead.
I was going to say, Leon, you should have regretted a lot more picks before that one. So I wouldn't worry. I wouldn't worry too much about this Aroldis Chapman pick.
All right. So wait, is this the third round now?
Last pick of the third round.
I've taken Mariano. I've taken Edgar.
And Edgar.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
and now you double up.
Where I'm going next is going to shock some people, but much like Pedro and Koufax, who had really fantastic primes of their career, I'm going with a closer that I think had the most dominant prime of any career at the closer position. That's Gagne.
Yeah.
Eric Gagne.
For the what was that, like 3 years?
Like 3 years. He was absolutely unstoppable.
Yeah.
I mean, one year he was perfect, right?
Yeah.
Not a single blown save.
Yeah. I think it went into none. And it went into the next year. So it was like crazy. That guy was
like 70 something saves in a row or something like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. And then he just fell off a cliff.
Yep. Then the steroid juice stopped working.
Oh, well, yeah, that was it. Yeah. All right.
But his prime, no one can argue that guy's prime wasn't the best.
That 3 year period, it was insane.
Insane.
Yeah, from 02, so 02, 03, 04, he had a combined. 02, he had 52 saves. 03, 55. 04, 45. And those 1.97 ERA, 1.20 ERA, 2.19 ERA.
And his K-to and his strikeout per inning.
Strikeout to walk ratio was like,
No, but his strikeouts per inning must have been through the roof.
Yeah.
Per 9 innings.
It says it per 9, yeah. Strikeouts per 9, 12.5, 15, 12.5.
Insane.
Yeah.
Insane.
I mean, won the Cy Young one of years as a closer.
Mm-hmm. All right.
You get another pick.
You get one more.
Yep.
Oh, do I? Oh, my
first pick of the fourth round.
All right, so I'm going with another closer, and I'm going to go with someone that's very much of the in the ilk of you know what? I'm going to go DH. I'm going Hideki Matsui.
Hideki.
Like when you take his career in totality, that guy had a monster career. Monster. You think about Edgar Martinez and Hideki at DH?
Yeah.
Poof.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
All right. I need another DH. Might as well get this one off the board. The first DH ever elected to the Hall of Fame, Paul Molitor.
The motor.
Paul Molitor, baby, the motor.
Hell of a hitter.
Yeah, definitely was.
Plus, he played in the ball and glove era of the Milwaukee Brewers.
The Milwaukee Brewers.
Yeah. He was the only reason to go see them for most of those years.
Yeah.
They were terrible. Anyway.
Yeah. Is it on me now or is it Leon?
It is you.
All right. So I'm going to go with another guy that, to me, is one of the best hitters of his generation. I don't care about the steroid juice. 500 home runs, 3,000 hits. Rafael Palmeiro.
Daring choice, my friend.
It is.
Leon took a white beater. You took a druggie.
Hey,
I took one too.
A lying.
I took Kanye.
a lying druggie on top of that.
Yeah, a perjury. Perjury.
That guy pointed at the camera.
Yeah,
like he was like
under oath at Congress, not taking drugs.
That was interesting.
I've never taken performance-enhancing drugs. All lies.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm going to take a player, and I think I'm trying to right a wrong in my outfield draft. I drafted Carl Yastrzemski, and I've kind of regretted it. So this player was left on the board, and I wanted a do-over, but now's my chance to do a do-over because we can take him as a DH. Welcome to the team, Vladimir Guerrero Sr.
That's just bullshit.
Vladdy Senior.
Bullshit. Leon's rigging the system here.
Well, he did play DH when he was in Baltimore.
Yeah.
When he couldn't run.
Who's up now? Me?
No, Leon gets the first pick of the 5th round.
Oh, okay.
This is my last pick, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna take a closer that didn't start his career as a closer, started as a catcher.
Here we go.
What?
Fucker. Nah, it's not the same guy I'm picking. Sure. Good.
The great Kenley Jansen.
What?
Kenley Jansen.
What the fuck?
What? Why would you want a guy that comes in and blows the game for you?
I mean, he's got a lot of saves, almost 400.
He's got a lot of saves. He's got a lot of blown saves too. Like, yeah, all right, whatever.
It's a choke artist.
He's got to win one game for me. That's it. We might not even use him. He might be the setup. He might be my setup guy.
What the fuck are you talking about? You're not actually managing a team here, Leon.
We're putting together teams here, man. What do you mean?
All right.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going with someone much like Dennis Eckersley. I'm going with John Smoltz.
Smoltzy.
He was on my short list.
Smoltz when he first became a closer was fucking dominant.
Mm-hmm.
He was dominant as a starter too.
He was.
Mm-hmm.
What was the reason?
Smoltzy.
What was the reason they threw him in to become the closer?
He couldn't go innings.
He couldn't pitch those amount of innings anymore, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then when
But
he
he's
came
still
to the
a-
Red Sox, he was washed up.
Yeah, he's still a good stuff. He just couldn't go 5-6 innings.
The end exactly. So they just used him for no. He was a great closer.
They had a disgusting rotation with him, man.
I know.
They had Maddox, Glavine, and they had Steve Avery as when he was young
For a few years until he blew out.
Yeah, before he just like kind of fizzled out.
I don't know how the Yankees beat them twice. And I'm a Yankee fan.
Just you face a pitcher on a bad day.
Yeah. That's all it takes sometimes in the playoffs.
Yep. They didn't have great stuff in those couple World Series.
That rotation was just dope. I mean, those three guys alone.
Plus, those Yankees mid-90 Yankee lineups were actually, really good.
Yeah, it's just, but our pitching was nowhere. It wasn't.
Yeah,
I mean, our pitching was good, but you guys, your staff was much better.
That Yankees offense was relentless, though.
Yeah. Up and down the lineup, it just you didn't get a break.
Yeah.
You had role players on that team versus like what you see nowadays, but like they were just like pesky, man. Like
you had guys like Tim Raines came over. He's a Hall of Famer. He became a bench player. You had Darryl Strawberry. You had Chili Davis. Yeah, like established guys that played in the league for years that were like your bench guys.
And then all their starters were homegrown players.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they
fucking
just
Posada. I hated Posada. I hated fucking Jorge Posada. He was later on, right? But I hated that guy.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. Well, he might have been.
His
99. He might have been a rookie.
He started in 99. He became the starter in 99.
Yeah.
He was on the 98 team, but he split with like Girardi. Is it on me or is it Leon?
No, it's me.
I'm
Jason
sorry.
and then you. Jason and then you.
Got you.
I need another relief pitcher here. So when I think, I'm a kid of the 80s, and when I think of closer, when I think of a guy to bring in for the save, there's only one name that comes to mind from that era, and that's
say it together because I know who it is.
Lee Smith.
Lee Smith.
Yep. He set the record for most saves and had it for a long time until Trevor Hoffman came along. Super long career, over 20 years as a relief pitcher. Great stats. Longevity on that.
Yeah, definitely. Lee Smith. That's who I was just gonna go, but I figured you would pick him. I was gonna go with him, but too little, too late. So I'm gonna go with. Didn't have a super long career, but you know what? I'll take that back. I'm gonna go with Joe Nathan, former closer, Twins, played for a few teams. He's a pretty good closer for Minnesota. They never went anywhere. They never did anything, but he
never had to pitch.
Yeah,
that's why his career was so long.
Yeah, so I'll finish it off with Joe Nathan.
He had 2 Tommy John surgeries.
Yeah,
dang, that's crazy.
Well, how many? Well, what's his name? Evaldi's had what, 3 or 4?
Yeah, something like that.
I would be suing some doctors if I needed to have 3 or 4 of those things.
Every time he comes back, he has 2 more miles per hour to his fastball.
Yeah.
Evaldi throws like 102, 103.
There are kids in high school
getting to John, right?
that are electing to have Tommy John surgery.
Yeah.
Because
they're not even needing it.
Yeah.
All right.
It adds miles.
All right, so let's recap. I'm sorry. What did you say, Jason?
No, go ahead. I'm just babbling.
All right, so let's wrap up. Let's wrap up and recap our drafts. We'll start with you, Leon. You want to take us through yours?
Yeah, I took Dave Ortiz as my first pick, and then I went with Billy Wagner. Then Aroldis Chapman. Followed that up with Vladimir Guerrero Sr. and then Kenley Jansen to round out my team.
I think Vladimir Guerrero was probably your best pick of this entire draft. All 4 rounds, Leon.
Okay, cool. Nice to meet
you. He was a hidden gem.
That was a good pick, though. But all right, so I went with the greatest closer of all time. Also, Red Sox MVP in 2004, Mariano Rivera. I then went with my second pick. I went with Edgar Martinez. My next pick, I went with Eric Gagne, perhaps the most dominant peak of any closer's career. I then went with Hideki Matsui. Hideki Matsui, if you kind of combine his U.S. and Japanese career, incredible numbers. And then I rounded it out with
I didn't know we could draft players from the Japanese leagues. I would have completely changed my draft. What the hell?
Well, he did play in the MLB. And then I rounded it out with the new age Dennis Eckersley, and that's John Smoltz.
Smoltzy.
And one of the best commentators that we've drafted.
Oh, you like him as a commentator? I can't stand him.
I think he's terrible.
Oh my God.
I just said one of the best that we've drafted.
Okay. Gotcha.
He is a bad commentator.
Oh man, it's just something about him. He obviously knows the game in and out. But
I just hate how he explains every single
thing.
thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's very condescending.
It is. All right. Me, right?
Yes, sir.
I went with the Mariano Rivera before Mariano Rivera, Trevor Hoffman. And then I got a little bored, so I went with some names. Goose Gossage and Chili Davis. Both have super long careers. Paul Molitor was my second DH. and maybe my first Brewer, and then again wrapping it up with the Trevor Hoffman before Trevor Hoffman, Lee Smith.
So with my first pick, I didn't go with my Puerto Rican brother Edgar Marquez. I went with Jim Tomei. I just needed some lefty balance in my lineup because I had a lot of righties, so I went with him. He's not bad, 110 home runs. But my first relief pitcher was Dennis Eckersley. Then I went with Raleigh Fingers, Rafael Palmeiro, and I finished it off with Joe Nathan.
Yeah.
Joe Nathan was a bit of a stretch, Kyle. But
yeah, probably was. Jason took Lee, which I would take Lee Smith because he was clearly the best, guy left. So I was choosing between him and Bruce Sutter. But it's not like,
I'm surprised that Leon didn't take is it Henke? Tom Henke?
Tom Henke. He was good. He was on my list. He was a little bit more down.
I'm kind of shocked you didn't take him.
I was very close to taking Shohei as my second DH.
Oh, come on.
He's played his whole career as a DH, as a hitter.
Yeah, but Henke would have been a better pitch than Jansen.
Jansen's got he was dominant too. I feel he was really good for a lot of years. For I think the mid-teens, I guess, 2010s. Like him and Kimbrel and Chapman were like the best three.
Craig Kimbrel's another one that could throw heat, and then he just lost control. Man, this guy with the Red Sox.
Craig Kimbrel.
We won in 2018, and that motherfucker never should have been on the mound.
Yeah, so it's tough. But Shohei recently closed the WBC as a closer, so that would have been a sneaky pick. But yeah.
No, he was a starter through that thing, and they just brought him in at the end of the tournament
to close
to finish it off.
Yeah, they had Chris Sale finish the 2018 World Series, but that doesn't mean he's the closer.
Right. They do that a lot in those turn. Like you'll see that in the World
in the
Series.
postseason. You see that shit all the time. In the postseason, you see that shit all the time.
Mad Bum, Tin Lincecum, I remember. Yeah,
Kurt Schilling, Randy Johnson. You've seen them coming in the postseason.
They brought
the postseason when all bets are off. Yeah,
they brought Baumgartner in to pinch hit. So
yeah, that's right. Yep.
That guy could hit though, man. That's what It's crazy, right? That guy is probably. I'm not going to say he's not Ohtani, but he can't hit like Ohtani. But he's someone that could have played both ways.
There's Ohtani, Baumgartner, and then all of the other pitchers are down here. Like
Dontrell Willis was a pretty good hitter too.
Yeah. John Lester was probably the worst hitting pitcher I've ever seen in my life. John Lester.
that guy literally could only pitch. Like
the worst thrower to first base. Could never pick nobody.
He couldn't field, he couldn't hit, but he could pitch.
Some pitchers still don't swing because you might injure yourself. Yeah. Some of those American League pitchers just don't even bother.
No.
Bunch of pansies.
Yeah, nobody has to do it anymore.
Yep, that's it. We don't got to see that mess no more.
It is embarrassing, right? It's like
it's a free out every nine batters.
Well,
there used to be some pitchers that was.
I mean,
they would just
your strategy, everything you do in the game is different.
Yeah.
If there's no DH,
you don't have to do the double switch anymore. You don't have to,
exactly.
You can just change pitchers whenever you want. Like
that's it.
Yeah.
But it would be funny when you'd see some of those American League teams in the World Series. Some of those pitchers wouldn't even own bats. They didn't even have their own bat. Like
they had to use another team player's helmet, another team player's bat. Like
such a joke, right?
But you're a professional athlete. You're a professional athlete. You're not pitching every single day. Like you can't take some cuts in a batting cage every now and then.
You can't take a couple fucking swings. You pansy ass. Like come on.
And you know what's crazy? I wouldn't say most.
Leon likes the word pansy. Leon likes the word pansy for some reason. I'm not sure what. What is it with that word, Leon? That gets you like you like that word, right? Pansy.
I'm just thinking about all those interleague matchups and I'm having to watch those shitty Blue Jay pitchers. Well, they weren't shitty pitchers, but they're shitty
Robbie
hitters.
Ray swung a bat with his pants so goddamn tight. How did that guy ever
split them pants?
They just pinch it. Yeah.
Split his wig.
Yeah. Well, listen, guys, this was fun, man. I think we rounded out our lineups here. Now, we've selected everything. Now it's time to create our lineup. So basically, we're gonna go 1 to 9, right? With all the core components, a starter and a closer, and then we'll take it from there.
Yep.
Right?
Who's
Sound good?
My leadoff hitter. Oof.
My leadoff hitter. The philosophy's changed. The philosophy used to be the guy with the best on base percentage, right? Now it's just the best guy in general.
Right. You want to get him the most at bats in the game.
You can throughout the game.
Contact speed guy, right?
It's not
He used to be a guy that took pitches, worked the pitcher, got on base.
And they could steal second.
But there's still benefit. So, this is where I start to differ from, the statistical
the
analysis.
new age.
This is where I differ because I think there is benefit at the leadoff spot for someone that can take pitches to show exactly what that pitcher's got for the guys in the dugout, right?
Mm-hmm.
I do understand, Aaron Judge, he's your best hitter, put him number 1 because you get more bats, right? That does make sense to me. It makes complete sense to me. But then I start to think about, all right, if it's someone that's going to take 10 pitches, foul off 8 of them, whatever, and then the dugout seeing what this guy's got, how do you measure that?
That's a bet. Yeah, exactly. Analytics can't tell you.
Well, it would tell you how many pitches per at bat.
Yeah.
Well, no, what I'm saying is you can't determine the run creation impact of someone that allows the dugout to see 12 pitches in the first at bat.
I'm sure there's a nerd out there that will accept that challenge. Come on, nerds.
Well, good luck because
it's probably a guy that never played the game in his life.
Come on, fellow nerds. Let's get in our nerdatorium and let's figure this out.
Come on, you.
There are some crazy stats out there, though. There are some crazy.
Listen, I'm sure you could see what the batting, but it's subjective still. There's not really. You say, all right, the batting average when Craig Counsell fouls off, takes a 12 pitch sliders,
and
I mean, there's a way, but then it changes from pitcher to pitcher, right? The whole point is there's no way to really, really measure that. There isn't.
Hey, nerds, break out your calculators and your R tables, and let's figure this out.
Believe it or not, I'm a nerd when it comes to statistics. And for me, no matter what someone brought to me, I would punch a hole in it when it comes to this specifically.
Yeah.
There's no way to measure it.
Let's fire up those analytics engines. Let's get your
graphing calculators, nerds, and let's get started.
Mount up.
I want you to. Hopefully, someone lets you out of the locker you were stuffed into. You grab your little Texas Instruments.
No, we all
the janitors.
Hey, no, the janitors gave us skeleton keys. We all knew how to get out. We were friends with the janitors.
No one else was. All right. So,
and the lunch.
So with that, guys, I want to thank you guys for this. This was fun. And with that, Leon, big fella, take us away.
Yeah, make sure you guys are dropping a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. viewsgenuinedraft.com to get your official merch from us. For Kyle, Jason, Leon, and Pierre, we're signing out, guys. Stay fit.
See you, everybody.
Peace.
Brought to you by VFTV.